Have you ever realized that when you achieve something in life, be it excelling in school, starting a business, or getting recognized, your parent tends to pull back? Sometimes it feels very strange because you know that family is where you are supposed to feel safe. Family is where you are supposed to feel celebrated, but it is the other way around. You feel so confused because that is not how it's supposed to be. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why that happens, how you should be able to respond to that in a godly way, and literally how you would understand what is happening to your parents. They don't hate you, they just have some unresolved pains and they are not willing to solve it, and they tend to pass it on to you. Let's move straight into the video. Hello there, my name is Oppong-Mensah. I am a Christian content creator, mainly focusing on parenting and how to uplift family values, as well as helping young Christian adults who have built resentment with their parents heal that and build a stronger family bond. If today is the first time you're watching any video of mine, this is an invitation from me to you to tell you to subscribe to this channel and join the family of godly children right here. And if today is your fourth, fifth, sixth time you're watching any video of mine, then you owe me a subscription. You have to subscribe to this channel because we keep feeding you with tips, tricks, and godly advices for you to have a godly family. The little thing you can do for us is to subscribe to this channel. And then what I would do when you subscribe to this channel, share and comment, is that I'll constantly give you the best way I know how for you to be able to have a godly family and be happy with your parents as well as with your children. Thank you for watching this video. Let's move straight into the issue of today. So most often than not, we tend to see that our parents have certain behaviors that logically doesn't make sense. I was literally talking to somebody, I think 2 weeks ago, asking him about his life and experience, because I talk about parents a lot. I love to know how different parents kind of parent their children and stuff like that. This young man brought my attention that because he was the first person to actually graduate from college, that's where the trouble started from. He started hearing statements from his parents like, the fact that you have a degree doesn't mean you're better than us. He was totally confused. He started seeing his parents not recognize him in certain areas of the family. There would be family meetings and then he would not be invited. He felt more like an outcast. And I was thinking to myself, why will his family members be doing this? So then I started to study on this particular topic, and I tend to call it when parents begin to have unhealthy competition with their children because they failed at something that their children are achieving at. And sometimes because these wounds are not healed, they tend to exhibit it in ways that they themselves are not conscious about. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you how you should respond to it, because it's very important that you understand how you want to respond to that. You don't want to attack your parents. No, you are never the problem. They love you, they just have an unresolved wound. It's like a baby. The baby is not crying because he deliberately wants to disturb you. There is something wrong. You have to figure that out. Mothers do so well that they understand every cry of the child. And sometimes that's how our parents get. We have to understand it. So let's move straight to point number one. Understand the root. What I mean by that is understand that it's from a past pain and not because of your present success. They are not angry at you because you went to school or because you have a degree. They are literally angry because they weren't able to do it. So we see that in the story of David, where Saul completely was jealous about David, not because David was doing anything wrong, but because he was doing something wrong. He had a problem, he was jealous, and he didn't know how to go about it. So sometimes parents become frustrated because your achievement tends to remind them of their losses or of their struggles in life, which is actually very scary, because if the only person that's supposed to be supporting you in life tends to want to fight against you, you begin to feel more like a fugitive. And that's how David felt. Now, this is the practical takeaway. What I want you to do is that anytime your parents tend to say something out of deep pain to you. Understanding the roots makes you know that you don't have to internalize it. Don't let it get to you so much. It will hit you a bit, but don't meditate on it. Don't think about it. Just understand that it's their pain and it's not your fault. The reason why they are doing that is not because they want to harm you, it's because some of them are literally shedding off what has been in their hearts for all this while. Point number 2, celebrate without arrogance. So we see in the story of Joseph, where Joseph had a dream and came to his family members to share it with them. Now, some people say that he shared it out of arrogance, and that's why his family was angry with him, because his dream was quite simple. His dream was, one day I would rule the world. That could have been a way of saying the dream, but rather this is what Joseph said. Joseph walked up in a family meeting where his entire family was gathered and said, "Daddy, today I had a dream, and in the dream the moon and the stars were bowing down to me. All of you guys sitting here were bowing down to me. You guys are gonna be my slaves soon." Nah, that's not what he said, but literally he was being arrogant when he said it, and that tends to spark out jealousy in the hearts of his siblings. So you don't want to be an arrogant person. You don't want to come out slapping your degrees on their faces. As soon as you finish school, you're taking pictures, you're framing those pictures and you want to hang them up in the sitting room. You realize that your parents are reacting some way already at your graduation, so you don't want to push it further. You want to limit the pain. You don't want them to be extremely jealous. So the best way you can do this is to frame the way you give out the news. So instead of walking out to them and completely saying that, "Guys, look at what I did," you say to them, "Look at what God did," or "Look at the opportunity God has presented to our family." Share your wins with humility. Point number 3, shift from the competition mindset to a legacy mindset. What I mean by that, understand that everything that God has given to you is for the betterment of your family. So don't be that selfish one because you kind of feel rejected to completely shut the door on your family. I love this beautiful thing that Paul said to Timothy. He said that you should keep the faith that your parents gave to you. It actually came from your grandmother Lois, and it was passed on to your mother, and then finally given to you. That was a legacy right there. So you want to be able to cut out the negativity that your parents are giving to you and carry the positivity that they come with, and shift it down from your siblings to your siblings, and then to your children, and then to your children's children. And so you want to carry the legacy mindset and not the competition mindset. A practical takeaway is literally to invite your parents into the whole journey. Tell your parents that, "Do you know how to use the telescope?" Because you're a doctor and he wasn't able to be a doctor, so you ask him to join the journey. You start to talk about stuff that makes him feel invited, ask him for his advice, and then be grateful for his sacrifices. Let them know that you appreciate the work that they've done for you so far, and you see them, and then give them the opportunity to also buy into your dreams. If they really want to be seen for something, allow them to be seen for that thing. The last thing before we end the whole video, I want to ask you that, have you ever felt that your success was literally a threat to your family instead of a blessing? If that was the case, then you have to rewatch this video and then literally make a prayer for your family, especially your parents, asking God to soften their hearts and causing them to love you. The Bible says that the heart of the king is in the hands of God, and he directs it to whomever he pleases. So ask God to make your parents like you, and you will be surprised about the results. Thank you for watching the video. My name continues to be Gabriel Oppong-Mensah. I'll see you in my next video. On that note, bye for now.